What's up, guys? Here we are. I figured it would be a good idea to take use of this time being isolated and doing the social distancing thing to do a few more tutorials because everyone's at home, got plenty of time on their hands to learn how to shuffle. I asked you guys on my Instagram what kind of tutorials you wanted to see, and I got a bunch of good feedback, but one of the most common ones that I consistently get is transitions and combinations. So today is going to be a super beginner tutorial into a bunch of different transitions. We'll start really simple and then we'll get into slightly more advanced. Basically, I'm going to show you how to get from move A to move B. Also, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and sane and happy. We're all just doing our best out here. We're all in this together, you know, High School Musical shit, but we are. We are going to get through this on the other side better, stronger, and more prepared. Anyways, now let's jump into the tutorial. I want to start out by saying that you don't need a fancy transition move to go between a lot of different moves. So you can just do it. What I mean by that is, like, if I'm doing the running man, I can start T-stepping from here, right? Like, I don't need to a transition move, I just go running man, two-step, two-step. Another example would be going into the running man into cutting shapes. You just go running man, and then you're here, and then you can kind of just go like this, okay? Running man, shapes. This is me just making a point. You don't always need a transition move to go into the next move. Even like something like a spin where I could go into the running man into a spin, I just go running man, spin, spin, spin. So basically all that is just doing the running man but spinning as you're doing it. So you go running man, turn, and then running man. So you should be able to move with your running man. You shouldn't be stuck just in one place. And that will, I think, also help you with transitions. And then another thing that you should also be familiar with is rocking, because this is pretty essential to shaping or Melbourne shuffling. So I have a tutorial on rocking, which I will link for you guys. You should be able to do that traveling back and forth and that transitioning from each foot position. So go look at that video when you have a chance. Now let's go into all of the basic transitions. So most of these are really simple, by the way, but the first one kind of ties in with the rocking that we were just talking about, and that's like a sort of back step or a reverse running man, whatever you want to think of it as. So like running man, step back. So all it is running man, and then instead of landing my foot forward, I land it back. And I can do that with either foot, right? So running man, back. This can be used as a transition, one for just traveling back and forth. So running man, back step, running man, back step. But what I use it a lot for is preparing for a certain move. Usually it's something like a kick. So for example, I'll do like running man, back, kick, running man. Transitions can be as simple as that. So let's just try that, where we do 2 counts of the running man, we step back with our right foot, and then we kick. So we'll be starting with your right foot, 2 counts of the running man, 1, 2, and then we step back, 3, back step or reverse running man, 3, kick 4, and then land your right foot forward and go into 2 counts of the running man. 5, 6. So let's do that all together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy peasy. Another way you can use it is, say I want a T-step to the right. I could do a back step and then T-step, you know? So 1, 2, back, T-step. So it's kind of like a way to change which leg you want to do something with, or which direction you want to go, because when you're doing the running man, you're switching which leg is in front, but by doing this reverse running man, I come back to this position instead of being on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense, but let's move on to the next one, which is also very simple, which is gonna be the opposite of what we just did. Instead of a back step, it's gonna be like a stomp forward. So it would look something like this. Ba, 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 ba. It's basically like doing the running man, but you're just repeating which leg was in front, you know? So I'm going running man, forward with my right foot forward the whole time. So one simple way you could use this as a transition is, again, traveling, just like we did with the back step. So ba, 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 ba. So, and then another way you can use it as a transition is throwing it in with a spin. And this is something that I do a lot, and it looks like this. I taught this spin in my spins video, so go check that out if you haven't. I will also link that. So I do the stomp with my right leg to sort of prepare myself and then go into the spin. Because it's a lot harder to just go from the running man and then into the spin. It's like bum, bum, bum. You kind of need that step to push into it. So let's do that combination together. So slowly it's running man, stomp, and spin, running man. Let's do that slowly from the back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And don't feel like you need to spin 180. I kind of just let the momentum take me and then land wherever I land. Another way you can use that sort of stomp as a transition is into a glide. I could do something like running man, stomp, and glide. Again, that would be running man, stomp, glide. I'll be going over glides in another video because that was another highly requested one. But just a super simple glide. So all you're doing is hop down onto the foot you want to glide and then plant your back toe. In this case, it's my left toe. And then keep most of your weight onto your toe and just slide your right foot back. And then as you slide your right foot back and come past your other foot, you switch which foot is on its toe, right? So I go from here, switch, here. But it happens all at once. So it's like slide and switch. It's a simultaneous thing to make it look fluid. So just practice slide and switch. And then from here you can go into the running man. So that'll be our next combo again. 2 running man, 1, 2, stomp, plant, glide, switch, 3, 4, or 2 counts of the running man. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6. So there's a little half pause there that happens with most glides. Let's do that together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do that stomp with like really any glides that you wanted to do, you know. 1, 2, stomp, glide around, and then go into the running man. I know these are really simple, but I just want to show that like you don't need fancy transition moves to go in between moves. You literally, it's as simple as just a step. But now we'll move on to the next one, which is the T-step. And the T-step is basically a transition move. I commonly use T-stepping to switch between Melbourne. I'm pretty sure if you're Australian, you say Melbourne, but I'm not Australian. So like, do I say Melbourne and just butcher it because I'm an American and that's what I do? Anyways, I'm gonna say Melbourne. No, that just feels wrong. Okay, I use the T-step to transition between Melbourne style shuffling and shapes. It's just an easy way to do it. So for instance, if I wanted to go from the running man to cutting shapes, I would do running man, T-step, shapes, whatever kind of shapes you want, right? Charleston, just crisscrossing, even something like that. Same going the opposite way. I could go from shapes and then T-step into the running man. So I could do something like 1, 2, 3, T-step, running man. Let's do a quick little combination where we go back and forth between the running man and shapes. We'll start with 2 counts of the running man with the right foot. So we'll go 1, 2, we'll T-step to the left, 3, and then go into the Charleston, bring your right foot forward, 3, 4, 5, 3 counts of the Charleston, T-step back, and go into the running man. So again, 2 running man, T-step to the right, 3 Charleston, T-step to the left, go back into the running man. Okay, so let's do that slowly together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then however many running mans you want. But just practice going back and forth between that until you get it down and it just feels good. What I realized when I was trying to like think of transitions was like, I don't know any transition moves, and I realized it's just because it happens so naturally now that I don't really think about it. So really practice like transitioning from the move A that you want to go to move B until it's like muscle memory ingrained in your mind and you're never gonna forget it. And that will help, because a lot of shuffling just is muscle memory, honestly, which is a good and a bad thing, because then you can kind of fall into patterns of doing the same thing all the time. So be mindful of that too, but just some, you know, tidbits. And the last set of transitions are gonna be kicks. So one simple thing that you can do is basically turn yourself 180 with a kick and go in between running mans. So it looks like this. All that transition was kick and turn. So I'm kicking back and I'm rotating my body 180. And it kind of happens fluidly, but that's the gist. So together that combo would be 2 counts of the running man, kick back and turn, and then 2 more counts of the running man, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's another that I probably do, I don't know, so frequently. I've actually been working on doing it on the other side because I'm really trying to work on my symmetry. So I will show you it both ways, but it's basically a kick into a T-step. 1, 2, I kick my foot across my body, I land it down, and then I T-step out. 1 and 2. So with the running man, that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you can go into the running man again. 5, 6. And I don't think I mentioned this, but with the kick, you're sort of like hopping and kicking. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so again, that's 3 and 4. But it's more of like a hop forward, so 3 and 4. Just practice that, 3 and 4. Because with the running man, it helps when you're adding that hop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same thing the other way, it would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of the times what I'll also do is do a back step. With that, you don't just have to go straight from the running man. So it would look like this. Bum, bum, back, kick, T-step. It's the same thing, now you're just adding a back step to kind of prepare yourself for that move. And you can do the same thing on the other side. Left foot, running man. 1, 2, back, kick, T-step. So let's do that together slowly. 2 counts running man, step back, kick, hop, T-step. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that throwing in that back step helps when you're first learning that kick T-step transition. As you get better, you don't really need it. I think that's kind of how I progressed. Another fun one that I have been doing lately. So we talked about the back step, right? Another variation, I guess you could do, is where it's a back step, but you kind of turn your body to the side, right? So it would be 1, 2, turn 90, right? And that can prepare you for a lot of different things. For instance, what we're gonna do is this move right here. You ready? We're getting a little bit more complex. 2 counts of the running man. You guys know this. And then you step back and turn. You go from facing forward to sideways. Ski to snowboard. So it's 1, 2, 3, and kick forward, and then use that momentum to turn yourself around. 3 and 4 and 5. That's 3 and 4 and 5. So there's that extra hop to kind of turn yourself around. One more time, just a back step into the kick. 3 and 4 and 5. And then you can go back into the running man. Let's do the whole thing slowly together. So remember, it's running man, back and turn, and kick and land into the running man. You guys got this. I believe in you. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! Okay, you could also use that transition to just, I don't know, keep turning. So you could go ba, 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 ba. So those are all the transitions for this video. Let's do a quick little combo that transitions between a bunch of different moves so that you can kind of see what I mean. So the combo is going to look like this. I'll teach it from the back. So 2 counts of the running man, starting with our right foot. 1, 2, and then we go into the back step, kick, and T-step. So that's back and kick and T-step, and then go into 2 counts of the Charleston. Dun, dun, and then T-step back to our right. Dun, and then 2 counts running man. Dun, dun. Think we got it? Let's practice it super slow. I'll call out the names. 5, 6, 7, 8. Running man, back, kick, T-step, Charleston, Charleston, T-step, running man. Now let's do it together, nice and slow. I won't call out the names this time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Easy. And there's a whole combination with a bunch of different transitions that weren't that complicated, that you guys probably already know. Super easy way to throw them together. So I hope that guys answered all your transition questions, but if not, let me know below. Oh, I'm sweaty. I hope you guys are doing well and happy and healthy. You know, this whole thing has just kind of turned everyone's world upside down, I think, a little bit. Who knows what's gonna happen, but I just know that I'm really grateful for you guys. But yeah, don't stop dancing. Do things that make you happy. I don't know what else to say, but expect more shuffle tutorials because your girl's bored in a house, bored in a house, bored, bored in a house, bored in a house, bored. All right, I love you guys. Mwah.
First time I met her, she was deeper than deep. I felt a chill down my spine from my head to my feet. First time I met her, it was like a symphony of light, and she took my breath away. She did it all night. First time I met her, she didn't know